Hi there, welcome back to Learning Stuff with Tin Man. Today I am going to show you how to test a spark plug. You might be having a misfire, or maybe your lawnmower is not starting and you're like, man, I wonder if it's just a spark plug. And instead of just going out and buying a new one, $5-6 sometimes, even more, I'll show you a quick way to test it with just your regular multimeter that you have laying around, that pretty much everybody has one in the garage somewhere, and just something to look for to see if it's bad or not. So on your spark plug you have two ends. You have the end where your lead connects to, your spark plug wire, and you have the end where the actual spark comes from the electrode and shoots across, it arcs across this little hook piece here, and it shoots in there and that creates a spark and then fire. So in order to test if a spark plug is good or not, you're just going to want to take your positive lead and your negative lead. You're going to want to set your multimeter to 20,000 because we're looking for a reading anywhere between 4,000 and 8,000 ohms. There's resistance in there and there's a resistor in there, and you want to see if that's good. Basically is what you're testing. So I set it to 20K because then it'll read anywhere from 0 to 20,000. And since we're looking from 4 to 8,000, that's the right range. So then you're going to take your positive lead right here, and you're going to put it on the end with the arc, but you're not going to put it on the hooked end. No, you're going to put it on the actual little electrode that comes out of there. So put that there, and then put this end on here. And as you can see, it jumped up. We're about 9.13. It's a little high. It's a little more resistance than I'd like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of sandpaper, just old sandpaper head laying around, and I'm going to clean the end off of the spark plug and see if we can't get a better reading. A lot of times you get dirt and debris in there. Now when you do this, be careful not to mess with the gap. The gap is the space between the bottom of the plug and the arced metal. Do not move that. If you move the gap, you'll screw everything up on the plug, and you'll have to look up the specs, which is good to do anyway. You want to make sure you gap correctly, but I'm not showing you how to gap in this video. I'm showing you how to test. So we're going to scrub this off. All right. And blow it clean, and we're going to test it again. See if getting some of that dirt off there did any good. Alright, let's see. I'll look back to 8.9 now. Now I'm going to keep cleaning it. I'm not going to do it on the video because it'd take too long, but that gives me a good thought that, hey, it was probably just dirty, and I can probably reuse this plug because it's a little high still in the 8,000 range, but with some cleaning, maybe I can get it below 8,000, and that's fine with me. That's all I want. There are probably some plugs out there for cars that go higher than 8,000, but I know for a fact that this one does not. Your average car is not going to go higher than 8,000, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. But yeah, clean it up, take a look at it. If you're not getting any reading at all, like this one, it's just showing nothing, it's probably a busted plug. It can get broken on the inside, or you're not touching it right to the connectors and you need to clean it too. There's a couple in here. I have a few plugs I got out I was testing just to make sure my multimeter was functioning correctly. There's a couple in here that are really bad. And also you want to make sure that everything's connected correctly too, because there's some plugs where the top unscrews, and if you can unscrew that and get down to that actual little screw part in there, it's better to test that than the outside. So yeah, that's how to test a spark plug. I'll be back with more.